What's up guys, Greater Mullen here, and today I'm back with another video where I talk about the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise. Now, it has been, honestly, I haven't checked. Last time it was 4 months or 7 months, I have no idea, maybe 7 months now? Yeah, maybe 7 months till our 6-7 months till we got Venom and Black Widow and Winter Soldier. And a few months ago, we got a patch for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and I was super excited, hoping that was news, like something new was coming out, or something. I don't know. I was hoping that this game was still alive. They're still working on this game, but Capcom has just went dead silent on the game, and it worries me because Marvel vs. Capcom, the whole franchise holds a special place in my heart because it was, I'm pretty sure, one of my very first fighting games that I ever played. Or it was DC Universe versus Mortal Kombat. You guys remember that game? Yeah, we don't talk about that game, but I'm pretty sure MVC 3, Vanilla MVC 3 was my very first fighting game that I ever played. Was I bad at it? Heck yeah. Did I love it? Heck yes. And Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was even better than Vanilla, because they added new stuff, they added more characters than Vanilla 3. That's the reason why they made Ultimate, is because people complained about it, how they didn't really like it that much, but it was still a really good game. And this is what MVCI also deals with, is a whole bunch of criticism and how people don't like this game. But I kind of like it. Now, I definitely agree with all the gripes, like the models of like Chun-Li and, or no, Chris, like Spencer, Dante are just, and Hulk, and most of the characters are just disgusting. More of the characters that are wearing a mask are perfectly fine, like Spider-Man. Venom looks fantastic. I love Venom in this game. He looks amazing, and he plays well too. But most of these characters, like Iron Man, looks fine, sometimes without his mask. Like when he has his mask up, he looks pretty bad. But the gameplay is my favorite part about this game. It's fast-paced. It's so much fun. It's like UMVC 3, and that was my favorite part about how fast-paced it was. Like, you couldn't tell what was going on. When you activated a super, everything just started flashing in the background like you were on, like you just snorted crack or something. And now it gets me wondering what would happen if you were high while playing this game. Don't do drugs, kids. It's bad for you. Jesus loves you. But I still want to have hope for this game. Now, what's going on behind the scenes? Did Capcom abandon ship really early? Or maybe NetherRealm is developing a new Marvel game for them, a new Marvel fighting game, because Mortal Kombat 11 wasn't announced, and people are wondering what's going on. Is Mortal Kombat 11 happening, or is it being pushed back? Because Injustice 2 DLC cycle is over with. It's time to move on. And NetherRealm does the Injustice series and the Mortal Kombat series. So each year it's like Mortal Kombat, then Injustice, Mortal Kombat, then Injustice. But if they added a Marvel game into the mix, it would be probably Mortal Kombat, Injustice, Marvel, Mortal Kombat, Injustice, Marvel. Be stuff like that. And I talked about, I think, how NetherRealm could possibly make a DC Marvel game, or make a DC versus Marvel game, because it works, but who knows. I would like to see NetherRealm develop a Marvel game. They seem like they have the talent to make a Marvel fighting game, but there has to be some differences between it and Injustice 2. Like, maybe give the Marvel game some Street Fighter 5 or MVCI type combat, because why not? Or this is my second kind of option about what's going on. is Capcom working on MVCI Ultimate or an Ultimate MVCI? Because when Vanilla MVC3 came out, it had criticism, so they made Ultimate MVC3, and it added new characters, updated the graphics a little bit, changed the HUD and stuff like that, and changed just a bunch of stuff. And people liked it. Everybody liked MVC3 Ultimate. And if they made it, here's what I would probably want to see in it. X-Men. A bigger roster. A more interesting roster. Not a roster that's not boring. Because the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 roster is amazing. It is fun. And it is bright. It's just a really good roster. MVCI lacks character, and the characters in that game are just boring. The models are horrible. Captain America's shoulders are bigger than his head. Chun-Li's thighs are bigger than her head, too. And it's just like, okay, what's going on? Now, or Capcom completely gave up on this game and doesn't want to work on it. Now, they could have done so much with this game. I wanted to have hope. I spent $30 on the premium costume pack for all these costumes to only get one wave of costumes, which disappoints me. And I got the Ultimate Edition, where I get the character pass and get all these characters, to only get, what? Sigma, Monster Hunter, Black Panther, Venom, Black Widow, and Winter Soldier. 6 characters for, like, I don't know, $100 worth of a game. That makes me really disappointed and very furious. So, if Capcom abandoned ship before the ship hit the iceberg, then that tells you they weren't really confident about this game. They could have changed so much. They could have gave it the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 graphics. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is very fun to look at. MVCI is very dull and boring and basic, and that's not fun. I want to have a game that's fun to look at. One that pops out. It's like filled with color, and it's just your eyes are attracted to it. That's what MVC3 does. It has this comic book type graphics, and it fits the game, and it just works. Everything looks so bright and colorful. The roster pops out. They're colorful, and they're just fun to look at. And that's what MVCI lacks, is color, character, and good graphics. And that's what I hope. So I'm going to use the example as like the Titanic, but we're going to change things up. Now, we can say MVCI hit the iceberg before the game launched, and people were freaking out. There were a few people abandoning ship, but you still had some people holding on for hope. And then we get to the end where MVCI hits Venom, Black Widow, and Winter Soldier, and then they are done. They immediately abandon ship before they can fix things. They can fix the boat and at least try their best to make things better. They just give up and don't touch it. Because now they're focusing on Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. That game had gripes, so they made the Arcade Edition, and I think people like it now. I don't know. They definitely added a lot of new stuff into the game. Now, maybe there's hope. Maybe there's hope that we can keep the MVC franchise alive. Or maybe this is just a franchise that can't go on in today's world. This game works back when it came out in like the 80s or the 90s or whenever this game came out. I wasn't alive back then. It worked back then. If you look at today, maybe it wouldn't work today because it's too weird. It's too crazy. It's just too crazy for today. But that's what I like about it, is how different it is. It's different from all the other fighting games, and it's just fun. That's my favorite part about this game, is how different it is. Now, I really hope the MVC franchise has a future. I hope this franchise still goes on. And I want to see more from this game. I want it to succeed. I want it to have good games. But if NetherRealm makes a new fighting game for Marvel and it's like Injustice 2, good. Because I actually really want just a Marvel fighting game. And I love the MVC franchise, but sometimes you just gotta let things go. Maybe we have to do that with an MVC franchise.